everyone, welcome to Studio Sai Ankit, and in this video we are going to discuss the Codeforces Round 691 Div 2 Problem A, Red Blue Shuffle. So I'll leave the link to the question in the description below. Head over to the question and just give it a read before you watch this video. Reading the question thoroughly helps you understand what is given in the paragraph and gives you a clear understanding of what's going on in the question. So to brief it up, what is given in the question is basically you have n number of cards like card 1, card 2, card 3, etc. And there are numbers written on each card in different colors, red and blue. That is, on card 1 red is 3 and blue is 1, red is 1 and blue is 5 on card 2, and so on accordingly. And what is given is basically they are forming an integer out of all the red digits read from left to right. So in this permutation of card 1, card 2, card 3, the integer that is formed is 314, and in this case the integer formed is 159 of blue color. And after noting down each value, they are basically shuffling the cards so that to form a different permutation. The card 1, 2, 3 are in an order and they can permute it to 132 or 213 or 231, so on accordingly. And in each case, they are writing down the integers formed using red digits and blue digits in the order of which they follow from left to right. After writing the digits in each permutation, they are comparing each red and blue and finding which one is greater than the other. If red is higher than blue in all the cases, basically if it is strictly greater than blue, then red wins the match, and if blue owes a higher number of places, that is greater than its counterpart red, then blue wins the match. If both are equal, then it's a draw between them. So basically we got a print if red wins the match or blue, or if they are equal. The input parameters include the number of test cases t, and for each test case there is a integer n which shows number of cards that are present, and the next two strings comes as the red digits on card 1 to n and blue digits on the cards 1 to n respectively. And the output is simply if red is strictly higher, then print red in all in caps. If blue wins, then blue. If all are equal, then equal. So this is how you got to print this, and the constraints are number of test cases is less than 100 and number of cards is less than 1000, and when permuted it is really higher. 1000 cards have lot of permutations. Okay, I'll just explain this card explanation and we'll go on to how to code this, how to think in way of coding this card example, this particular card example on the whiteboard. So let's just write down the numbers or digits on the card, which is 3, 1, 4, and let's just use blue color to depict the blue side, 1, 5, and 9, right? So this is card 1, this is card 2, and this is card 3. So we are basically using different permutations of the card 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, and etc. So we'll write down all the possible permutations of the blue card, and without changing the order, we'll write the corresponding red digits. Okay, so the blue permutations go like 1, 5, 9, 1, 9, 5, 5, 1, 9, 5, 9, 1, and then 9, 1, 5, 9, 5, 1. Now let's write its corresponding red values, which is 3, 1, 4,
3, 4, 1, and then 1, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3.
So these are the blue possible permutations and the corresponding red possible permutations. Now let's compare the integers formed from red and blue. In the first two cases, 314 and 341 are greater than its corresponding blue digits. So red wins in this case, red and red. And in all the coming cases, blue wins, as you observe, 519, 591, 915, and 951. So at last, blue wins the race, so blue is the winner. But it's not possible to write all the possible permutations every time, right? If that's a 90 digit number, there exists hell lot of combinations, right? So what we observe here is when we consider the first two digits of a given permutation, be it like 3 and 1, it is same in both the cases when the last two digits change their permutations. Let's just say if there's another digit after this, if that also changes its permutation, and there are lots of other possibilities, when we compare the first digit which has the highest place value, we can decide if it's greater or not comparing to its counterpart just by looking at its first digit. So if we just compare the first digits of the corresponding permutations, which includes just comparing the first digits in each at each card, then we can just say which one's the winner. So basically the coding part of it would include maintaining a red counter and maintaining a blue counter at each index or at each card. We'll find which is greater. In this case red is greater, so we'll increment red by 1, and in this case blue is greater, so we'll increment blue by 1, and then again 9 is greater than 4, so we'll increment blue, and at the final, that is after traversing through the whole list, we find that blue has more number of wins, hence blue wins the match. This is how we can do it simply without caring about all the permutations of the upcoming digits. Just comparing the first digit with its counterpart gives our answer. Now let's just move into our VS Code to code this up and submit to the online judge. We are coding this in C++ as our de facto, and let me include the initial. So the first line includes the number of test cases. So let's just input the test case, and for each test case there is the number of cards n. Let input n, and then there are two strings basically. One is the red digits and another is the blue digits. Let's input both of them. So we have finally taken in all the input parameters. Now is the time to process them. So basically we have to maintain two counters as discussed now. So let's just initialize two counters, int r equal to 0, which is the red counter, and int b equal to 0, which is the blue counter basically. So we have to traverse complete strings. So for int I equal to 0 to I less than n, I plus plus, I is basically the number of cards and also the length of each string red and blue, obviously, right? So we'll just compare if red of I is greater than blue of I, strictly greater than blue of I, which basically means the red digit is higher, then we'll increment the red counter, or else if red is less than blue, then we'll basically increment the blue counter. Else is basic, and the final else is the case when both are equal. When both are equal, we can just leave it as is, or else just increment both of the counters. I'll just increment both of the counters just to show you guys that it doesn't change the final answer. And this is where the loop ends. So after loop exits, this is just simple. We need to just check if r is greater than b, that means red is at a higher position. So we'll just print red all in caps. Else if r is less than b, which means blue has won the match. And the final else is the case when both are equal. So we'll just print both are equal. And then yeah, we are done. Let's just submit it to the Codeforces judge and check if this is coming right or wrong. Yeah, this got accepted. So basically we'll just see what different kinds of test cases they have given. So even if this is 8 digits, that's a huge number of permutations. So basically we are comparing each digits and then just telling out our verdict. So this is how you just code for the red blue shuffle wala question. I'll leave the links to the solution and the question in the description below, so you can just check it out, the code for this. Please do like this video if you understood the question. Leave all your doubts in the comments below. I'll definitely read them and provide you a solution for them. Also, do subscribe to my channel if you like the content here. And thanks and bye. Signing off, Sai Ankit, Code Studio.